So one of the stories I told, for example, yesterday, because it's about communication skills, and I know now when I show up and I'm on stage, etc., I'm talking about communication skills. I know there are often people in the audience who think, well, it's all right for you, because they see me now. So one of the stories I opened with on that training is one of the reasons I'm so passionate about communication skills, and I know how much it can change both your life and the way you show up at work and in business, is because I was someone who was terrified of public speaking right up until the age of 32. And I visibly saw people in the audience go, and a couple of people like breathe a sigh of relief, because that's the place that they are in, where they're still terrified of it. They don't like communicating, would prefer to hide away. The second story I shared was when I was studying to be a chartered accountant, because I mistakenly thought that if I was a chartered accountant, I wouldn't have to talk to people, that I would just be sitting behind my desk, punching numbers into a calculator, pushing paper. So again, shared that one. I know there are people there who resonated with that story, and I'm not just guessing by what I saw, although I could tell that's what was happening. People also came up at the end of the day and shared their version of my story. So some say, oh yeah, I'm like you, or yeah, that, or I use it. And so it's that one. So if you open with a story that's interesting, that is engaging, that maybe people wouldn't be expecting, and it's related to what you're talking about, that's a really powerful way to do it, because you get hooked in, and on some level, people's minds and brains will go, well, hold on a minute. So you were terrified right up until the age of 32. You could barely speak to your own family. Well, what did you do? And then I'm saying, and in terms of what I did to turn that around, we are going to start touching on some of that here today. So people who have that issue are like, okay, tell me more. And those who don't, they'll still be like, oh, that's interesting, let's see. And then I would say, and also for those of you who already are really good communicators, I'm going to share with you a few things about your own internal psychometric test. You don't need a pen and paper instrument. This is already residing inside of you, and it's a great way to next level your skills. And so those who are not in the camp where they're terrified of public speaking, because it was also quite an extrovert group overall, that bit doesn't necessarily float their boat. But the piece about even more impact, your own internal psychometric process, where you can connect with people more easily, get a sense of what they're thinking, how they're processing. Now that's intriguing.